Hey brain, what are we gonna do today? So today I will explain the CSRF, I will explain what is Hydra, explain post forms, figure out the post parameters that we'll need to send, extract the necessary tokens, and finally brute list. Alright, so cross-site request forgery. Let's pretend that Brain on his evil server has the post form that can post data to the forum, to the third-party forum. But this form that he has is naked because he doesn't have any credentials or tokens or anything like that. But luckily for us, if we manage Pinky to authenticate to our evil web server after authenticating to the form, we'll have the necessary credentials to do the whatever actions on behalf of Pinky. What is Hydra? Hydra is that kind of snake that has lots of lots of heads, and like if you chop one of them, it will instantly grow. No, this is not that kind of Hydra that we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about the brute forcer. The Hydra, well, they say that it's one of the fastest brute forces on a on a planet, like in a universe, and it supports lots of protocols. It can literally brute force SSH and LDAP, or like you name it. It can brute force anything, especially if you know how to configure it. So uh, the major struggle and the major challenge for these kind of things is to figure out what kind of parameters should be sent via post, what kind of tokens should be sent via post, what kind of tokens should be correlated with different headers or different tokens, or so basically you have to do the reconnaissance first, and then only after that, only after you have the understanding what's going on, you can start doing business. And Hydra is a pretty cool brute forcer, but in my opinion it's not the best one because it lacks some features, but at the same time it has lots of services that they call services to protocols, and so pretty much that is why Hydra beats some of the best brute forcers out there. So I encourage you, like if you're a security expert, or you're just learning, or you just want to know some more, some more information, I would strongly suggest you to check out Hydra, because it's pretty easy to use and it's pretty powerful. So yeah, and I think that we could get started to do some interesting stuff. Alright guys, should we get to business? First of all, let's try to understand what kind of parameters are mutable and what kind of parameters are immutable, so we know how to construct our Hydra request. We can do that by using curl silent. We want to have the headers as well. Let's do the -v and the host, of course. All right, let's see. see, this is the problem, because it does some kind of redirect. When it goes to redirect, it goes to login.php. So basically we can, okay, yeah, now we have some kind of output. So let's save this output to tmp. Actually, let's create okay. Now let's output the request to get one file, and let's do the same request to get two files, so we can compare them. And actually, this is a little tip, alias div. As you can see, I'm using the graphical whatever something. Basically what it does, it colors the div, because without the coloring it looks really ugly. So yeah, let's do it. Div get. So this is a nice piece of information, because we see that we did two requests and both of them have different session IDs, and most importantly, both of them have user tokens updated every time you make a get request. So we have to consider it, and later on we will try to extract the token before we use it in Hydra. Let's try to actually do some set magic. It's not really magic, it's a pretty simple command. So basically we want to fetch everything from form, everything basically until the form ends. And yeah, and I had to escape that slash and p, and I think it's a single quotes. Yes. So now we see the form, and if we actually do a little bit more magic, yeah, let's do this. Let's do it with grep this time. So -o will fetch an object for us, not the whole line. -e is regex, because we will use it. Okay, let's create a group name value. Okay, then equals sign, then group where we have the brackets, then everything until the same group with brackets. And I think we have to escape these ones. Yup. See, now we have all the parameters that we have to pass to post request. to be fine, yeah. So let's now actually try to do the curl, but not get, but post, and see the message. Curl minus s is silent as always, minus e we want to have a request response headers, and then we will use the mic cookie. I just baked it. So basically the data for this cookie will be our extracted parameters. Username equals 123, and since we don't know the password, we just want to see the failed request response, and we want to see the messages that post gives us. Okay, login, and for now we will not extract the user token. We will just, we'll just do the 1, 2, 3 trick, and yeah, and of course let's do the our host. Actually, I should have made some kind of alias, because it's really annoying to type that one all the time. Okay, yeah, and again now we see that it was redirected, so we do the -L to follow the redirect. Yeah, we see the message, and the message states that our token is incorrect, and indeed it is, because we're using 1, 2, 3. So let's fix the token problem. For that, we will create a variable name. We will do the brackets. So yeah, the curl usually. Yeah, sorry guys, my internet is lagging sometimes. Okay, as usually -S, and then we create mic cookie. Then we create a mic cookie, and then we do the URL, of course. Oh man, online /login.php. Very good, very good. And actually, let's not do the variable first. Let's just write the raw method. What do we have? Yeah, we see this token, and we need to extract it. For the extraction, I think the AWK or AWK is the best one. So let's try to, I don't know, to construct some cool AWK command to extract this token. Okay, so our delimiter will be the value equals, since the value is not the unique delimiter, because not the unique parameter, because it has like values all everywhere, we will have to filter it out a little bit. user token. Yeah, so basically we want to fetch only value for user token, and fuck, and we need to print something, print 2 or 1. Let's check it. No, it was 2. Okay, great. Now we have some kind of token, but with extra characters. So let's get rid of them, and the cut is the best one for this one. So basically we want to have a delimiter, this bracket, and the second parameter will be our token. Yep. Okay, great. Now let's wrap this up. Okay, and let's just double check. Yes. Yep, we're good. So now let's try to do the same request, the curl request, but only substitute this 1, 2, 3 with the value we just created. Okay, let's run it. Okay, as we see now, the message is login failed, so this is a good sign, because obviously and the password 123 is not correct, but we fortunately fixed the cross-site scripting error, because we extracted the token and now we can use it in curl or in Hydra, and we will, of course. Now let's do the session, actually. Session variable equals grep from the cookie I created, and then of course the host again. Actually, no, I'm just bullshitting. We don't need the host here. Yeah, we just need to grab PHP ssid, and I hope I remember it correctly. Okay, let's check it out. All right, now we can use avk to get this token, to get this clear token, though this unnecessary bullshit. All right, so again, we will use avk, and this time the delimiter will be just space, and yeah, and let's print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the sevens. the lucky number. Ah, fuck. It should be the $sign. Splendid. So what do we have now? Now we have, actually let's copy this one. And let's buff this command a little bit. So after it successfully finishes, it will run the session, because the session ID depends on that created cookie. Alright, so let's do it, and I really like to check, and the more you check, the less time you spend in troubleshooting. So session ID. Okay, splendid. So we don't need the curl anymore, because we got all the data we needed. The only thing that I want to mention is, and actually I will mention it a little bit later. Okay, now let's create a Hydra payload. So L for username, and at first we will not use the dictionaries, just for the fast troubleshooting if something will not work. And the P will be 1, 2, 3, of course. So the syntax was, now we need to specify the domain again. But without the URL path, because we'll use it later. Now we have to specify the HTTP post form. This will be the service or the module that we'll use to brute force our website. Now right here we have to specify the URL path, PHP, and we have to specify all kinds of different parameters, and let's just copy them from somewhere. Yeah, like that. Great. So yeah, username. The only thing we will substitute the values by the placeholders, and I will explain in a second if you're not aware. Pass. So basically, this placeholder will be replaced by anything that L will give us, and pretty much the password works the same. So basically, whenever we'll have like huge lists, it will substitute these placeholders. Okay, our token is fine as well. This is the trickiest thing in Hydra. At this part, we will have to specify like one of two types. It should be either like false or true. So basically, the Hydra needs to know if the login was successful or not. So it will look for some kind of message like login failed, for example, and this will tell Hydra that, for example, this password is incorrect, and it will move to another password to try.
So let's just, but the tricky part that I told you about, let's do actually the debugging. Yeah, like that. -v, -v, -t16, -f. It will stop on the first valid password. What else? Nothing else. Okay, let's just try it. Login.php. Okay, the username. Oh yeah. So the third column should specify this failure message. It can be regex as well. The tricky part that we do not really know this message, even though that when we did the git and post requests, we saw this message. It will not work, and I will explain why. Let's try. So f equals failure, like that, and yeah, let's just try to run it. See what happens. We know for sure that the 123 password is not correct, but for some reason Hydra gives us the false positive. And it happens because of this failure. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Yeah, right there. Because of this failure. So basically the Hydra did the post request, and in the response it did not find the login failed command. So basically that is why it thinks that the password is correct. Let's try to add the D. That's a debugging, and I will show you what happens. So for some reason, before Hydra makes a post request, it makes a get request first, and this get request has the token, the user token, because each time you, as I told you, each time you get a request, you get the new token. And let's remember like E9. After it goes our post request, but with absolutely different token, because you can see that our extracted token and our post token that we're trying to send are the same, but they are not valid anymore because of that first get request. And here we see that the cross-site request forgery token is incorrect. So let's try to fix it. And actually I was really struggling with that one because I just couldn't understand how to make Hydra stop making the first get request, and so I had to go to, of course, to the manual, and I found this command. So basically, if you specify this c equals something something, it will gather the initial cookies from, But this is a little trick. If we specify, for example, just like that, it will also work, because it will just give us, I think, 404 or something. Let's try. So let's see. Okay, it makes a GET request again, but see, this time it gives the 400-bit request server, and it does not generate the user token. So basically, on our post request, we are using the correct token. Draw. And again, we see the token is incorrect. Do you have a guess why? Because I really do. Remember when we just started messing with the curl, we saw that the PHP session token is correlated to the to this user token. So basically, we need to specify the cookies, and the cookies are specified -h, I think, like that. Cookie column, and now let's specify the security equals impossible. Yeah, because we're cracking the impossible level of difficulty, so you know. And another one, of course, the main one is PHP says ID equals equals session ID, session on ID. Okay, let's try it one more time. See, now we have a better picture, because now we have the login failed message, and it's much better than the cross forgery, because it means that we defeated it already, and the cookie worked as well. So now let's try to do the dictionary. Now let's do the dictionary, and I just downloaded the fresh sec lists from Kali, and it's great because it has lots of password files, all kinds of different one hashes, I don't know, the base 64, encoded, decoded, like you name it. But we will use just the simplest. Common credentials. Top, I think it was. Top password, yeah. And we have to switch the P, L, and here we will use the same user share list, but here we'll use the username top something. Yeah. All right. Do you think it will work? Nope, it did not work, because I know the credentials and it did not work. Why? Oh yeah, how could I forget? So basically, remember I told you about the failed status or successful status, and uh, if we do the curl command again, like really fast, I'm just being stupid because we have to issue the post request like that, and without -l. We just want to see. Yeah, so see what happens. This is our response from the post header. So basically, I know that whenever the login fails, it will always relocate to this login.php page. So we can use it as a unsuccessful string. Now let's try. Man, I can never find it. Okay, right here. And we have to escape the column, right, like that. Okay, let's try again. Okay, looks much better. But it did not find anything. And it's probably because we need to update the tokens. And yeah, like for example in burp suit, it's really easy to do that with sequencer. Just to pull that, just to parse the get request as soon as you issue the post. So let's try again. Yes, now we're super fine. Let's try it. Fuck Google. Admin password. See what happened. The browser was on for so long, so we just have to do the refresh and re-update the token. Password. Here you go. That's how you do it. Thank you for your attention and stay tuned.